That's to the dry, it's got a hook. What's going on, Hype Nation? Andrew Hall, Brunswick National Staffer, back with you again for another video. We got a fun one planned today. The vibes are pretty good. So I'm sure as you've heard, the new Bubblegum Vibe was just recently released, and that makes it the third currently produced Vibe in the line. Other than the colors of the balls being different, the cover stock is the main difference between the three that's really gonna dictate performance. So they may look the same, they're not gonna react the same. So we got a fresh house shot out there right now to show you those differences. If there's any other differences that are glaring enough, we'll certainly see that. But yeah, let's get into it. All right, so we got the Bubblegum Vibe first up. Let's give it a shot here. If I had to make a quick prediction, I feel like this one is gonna be the quickest of the three down lane, but that's what we're here to find out. All right, that was pretty close. I gassed that one a little bit, threw it a little hard. Really clean through the front though, off the rip. I think that's gonna be a common theme with these balls. And that's kind of what you get with the Vibes, right? You get the easy through the front, easy prediction with the smoother down lane motion with a shinier cover. So if they're pretty dry, it's a great option for drier lanes. Let's try another one here. To the dry. Wah, wah. That's a good chance. There we go. That's better. Yeah, so this thing back ends quite well for a Vibe. This ball is gorgeous too. It really does look like a piece of bubblegum, but I'm about to blow this rack. That's what we're looking for. All right, we're moving on to the Arctic Vibe now. We're gonna kind of go in reverse chronological order here. So latest to earliest release. I expect this one to be a little bit earlier, a little bit rounder than the Bubblegum Vibe. This Arctic has been a pretty good staple the last year or so. Ooh, that's way right. Whoa. Oh. I kind of got that one to the dry a little bit soon, but you can see how much earlier that one wanted to read and come off of it. I think this one's gonna be the strongest of the three. Also with the Arctic Vibe and the Bubblegum, having HK22 as a base and we'll see the Ocean Vibe without that. I think it's gonna, the chronological order of strength is gonna go Arctic Vibe, Bubblegum Vibe, Ocean Vibe. So let's just see what we got. All right, let's try that again. Gotta relax the hand a little bit. Kind of up the lane. All right, so that one definitely blended it out more than the Bubblegum did. The last one I threw there with the Bubblegum, it four-pit, it kind of came off it pretty hard. This Arctic is smooth. Still standing at about 22, 23 here. Kind of in that 8-9 zone down lane. How about 5, 4, 3? You know, this is why the Vibes are good. The Vibes are good here. I can throw it anywhere and it still strikes. I think I'm gonna take a piece of tape out. I think I'm a little hanging up in it a little bit. It's not coming off super clean. I took out 2 pieces by accident. And that is a difference. More than the one we're looking to get. That's pretty close. All right, I'm gonna throw one more with this Arctic Vibe. Off the rip, compared to the Bubblegum Vibe, it's definitely earlier and rounder. We perceive strength as how early it wants to hook rather than how much it hooks down the lane. So this one I would say is definitely stronger than the Bubblegum. All right, last one of the tests, we got the Ocean Vibe here. This one's been around the longest, so she's been pretty reliable for a lot of people, kind of like the Arctic Vibe. So my guess here is this one's gonna be just longer and smoother because it doesn't have HK22 on it. So let's find out. I mean, that's pretty apparent to me, at least. It definitely got through it very easier than the Arctic Vibe, and it rounded off it a little bit smoother than the Bubblegum Vibe did. So I think it's gonna do exactly what we think it wants to do. That's to the right. Yeah. So even though we got that one quick to the right to the friction, the Bubblegum and the Arctic Vibe both kind of checked off of that pretty hard. This Ocean really was smooth off of it still. It didn't really get kicked left. So I think the difference in cover strength is pretty apparent right now. And it's really a good thing that we're seeing this much of a difference between the balls. You don't really want them all doing the same thing. We want to see a difference so that each ball can be good for a different situation. So this is pretty encouraging to see. However, I think I got some room to get around this one a little bit. So let's increase the rotation, see if we can't get it to snap off of that spot a little bit harder. Yeah, that's nice. So really receptive to hand position changes too, which is what I'm seeing. All right, so this ball, it's got the same Vibe core in it. It's got 2.51 RG, 0.042 differential, symmetric piece. And it's kind of that core we know and love that we've seen for a lot of years from Hammer. There she blows, like a bubble gum. Now that we just threw a few shots with each of these Vibes, we're gonna bowl Baker game with all three of these ones and try to see if we can't bowl 300, why not? We're gonna have the Bubblegum Vibe start and finish in the 10th frame. I wanna see what the new guy does. I wanna see this potential. So we're gonna give it a go here. For a 3-man Baker, the person who goes first always finishes. We're gonna move into 25 here. See if this cover strength can't overcome that oil in the middle. It's kind of up the lane. We love those. Yeah, so that was super apparent of how much stronger this ball is. I feel like if I did that with either of the other two balls, it definitely would have sat there and would have been a little bit easier. So in the 2-hole, we got the Ocean Vibe. We're gonna see a pretty big difference. We're gonna stand in the same spot, stand about 25. That is smooth. She is smooth. Yeah, so that right there is a huge difference between the two balls, right? That Bubblegum Vibe got to the end of the pattern and check marked. I call it check marked. It really went left. This blue one really smoothed off of it, blended off of it really nicely. So I'm excited that there's this much of a difference between the balls. All right, in the 3-hole, we got the Arctic Vibe. We're at 25. I expect a earlier and rounder motion. There she goes. Yeah, so I feel like those 3 shots were a really good example of just the differences between these balls, right? And that's kind of the design intent. So let's keep going. Let's try to keep this gravy train rolling. I'm gonna move one more left here. Hopefully this thing will hold it on line. It's kind of up the lane, but it's forward. All right, that board was necessary. That board was necessary. I rolled that one a little bit and it still wanted to go. This is a pretty big difference. I also like it because it matches my tape. Vice menthol tape, go get yours. 5th frame, we got a 4-bagger. Let's keep going. I think I'm gonna stand in the same spot where I was standing with the Ocean Vibe. Don't quite have to move into where I am with the Bubblegum just yet, even though it's only a couple boards left. Oh my God, help me. The Vibes are immaculate. I said help me, it did. Hopefully I don't have to say that again because I think I used up my 1 miss, my 1 mulligan. All right, 7th frame. Let's try to be a little bit smoother at the bottom here, a little bit, just a better version of ourselves. Let's try to do that, huh? Oh, that's up the lane. Oh, It's funny, this Bubblegum Vibe is really back-ending a lot. I can almost benefit from the earlier roll of these two, but we're not here for that. We're here to see the new guy shine. I want to see what this thing does in the 10th. However, we got to get there first. So let's throw another good one here with this Ocean Vibe. Kind of around the side of it. It's pretty good. That one's really nice. I think for what we're bowling on right now, I think this Ocean Vibe probably gives me the most miss room for my release as far as the release goes. I think it's just because it's not quite as responsive as the HK22 cover. All right, deep breath into the Arctic now. That's to the dry, it's got a hook. Just like I said earlier, I want to see what this thing can do right now. We have the front 9. The vibes are immaculate. Let's keep the vibes going. Shot. Keep doing that. That one looked the best out of all of them, honestly. I'm all flustered. I can't even find my stuff. All right, front 10. Let's try for 11. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. That was a good one. All right, if we're gonna lock in, now's the time. Oh, they're icing me with the ball return. Oh, there it goes. They tried to get me with the ball return there. All right, first on the channel, potential 300 game with these vibes. I'm so beyond impressed with them no matter what happens. Let's find out. That's on the side to the dry. Lay off, left. Guys, I told you the vibes were gonna be good. The vibes are in fact perfect. Crazy. Yeah.
That is crazy.
That's the first 300.
He told me that. He was more.
We just threw a 300 game with these 3 vibes. I cannot believe we just did that. I gotta collect myself for a minute. So this Bubblegum Vibe, I moved left a few boards in the 10th frame just because I thought it was gonna hook more. It went flush every single time. And the last one I got to the dry a little bit quick, and it kicked off of it right away. That's so crazy that we did that. Bubblegum Vibe, Arctic Vibe, Ocean Vibe, fantastic trio. You won't go wrong with any of them, as you can see here. The Bubblegum Vibe just released July 10th. Go get yours today. Unbelievable. I'm still speechless. All right, guys, well, that was a heck of a video. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more content. We got all kinds of stuff planned. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. Peace!